Some said that this company was full of crap. Some said this is a pump and dump scheme and they will never amount to anything. Well, less than 24 months later, and this is a $100 million company and they have just filed their Form 10. I am of course talking about Ilus International, ticker symbol ILUS. This stock has been beat down, it's been smashed down, it's been lied about on social media, but nothing is stopping Nick and JP, and the company keeps on growing and fulfilling their promises to shareholders. The stock is over 85% its high point of last November, but Ilus is far bigger now than it was then. So what is going on at Ilus International? Why is the share price not going up? And what major catalyst is coming up that's going to push Ilus stock to a 2x gain? What's up investors, and welcome back to the channel. In this video I will look at each of these points and analyze how the hell we have got to this price and what is going to happen again to push it up. So if you enjoy my Ilus videos and want me to keep on creating regular updates, then can I ask you to smash the like button. By liking the video and dropping a comment, you are letting me know that you want to see more of this type of Ilus content. I'm aiming to get another 300 likes on this video. Help me achieve that goal. It literally costs you nothing, but it helps me out so much. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and hit the bell notification. Now let's get into it with the very latest Ilus International news. So this week we finally had a filing that Ilus shareholders have been waiting months and months for. On Wednesday evening after hours, Ilus tweeted that they had finally filed the company's Form 10 with the SEC. And yesterday this was made official, and we can see that announcement here. Ilus announces filing of Form 1012G. Now we'll have a quick look at this press release, because in truth this is important. And then we will look at the actual Form 10 and compare this to what we were expecting, or at least what we should have been expecting. So we are pleased to confirm the filing of our Form 10 today, which provides detailed and audited information about the company's operations, including an overview of the business strategies, risk factors, financial statements, and further material information. Now this is something that has been lacking and is lacking for most OTC companies, so it is nice to be able to finally say audited reports. This brings a whole new level of confidence in the company and their financial reporting. And as it says here, our ongoing obligation to file with the SEC in a timely manner will help current and new investors make more informed and educated investment decisions about our company. This is an important and essential step in our commitment to provide our investors with further transparency and accountability. That's according to JP, and I completely agree with this statement. And they list some of the key highlights and key information in the Form 10, which includes audited revenues for the year 2021 of 11.2 million, which was Ilus' first year of operating since taking over from previous management in January 21. 19.6 net revenue in the second quarter of 2022. A complete statement of business operations, including the organizational structure, operating companies, subsidiaries, details of acquisitions, and risk factors. Now, once this filing is effective, Ilus will be subject to the full reporting requirements of the SEC. This means the company will begin filing Form 10K annual reports, Form 10Q quarter reports, 8K periodic reports with the SEC. The company will also be subject to additional reporting obligations related to proxies, shareholder actions, and stock ownership rules. So often on social media you see comments about OTC companies. Anytime any company announces something that is significantly good, there are people saying that, oh, they can say whatever they want, they can lie all they want because they don't have to report anything to the SEC. Well, this can no longer be said about Ilus, and this will shut a lot of people up. The Form 1012G will automatically come into effect 60 days after the filing, following which the company plans to change its registered name and apply to OTC markets to uplist from the OTC Pink Market to the OTCQB. So guys, 60 days, 2 months. That's 60 days after this filing. Now this press release is dated the 20th, but remember the actual filing was in effect on the 19th, so December 19th. Mark that on your calendar, that is going to be a huge day for Ilus International. So first things first, I think a lot of people forget about the serious amount of work that the Ilus team have put in over the past 24 months. From very humble beginnings, this has grown into a $100 million multinational company so quickly. And we can see that expansion here, and the layout of the company into 3 distinct divisions, with each division having its own existing or planned public companies formed to fulfill a specific business purpose. A 4th division, the defense division, which we can see here in blue, is planned in line with potential future acquisitions, but we can see that the main core of the overall company is through the ERT division, with companies such as BCD Fire and Firebug. Guys, I highly recommend looking through this Form 10. There is a ton of information about the company, little things like each subsidiary's products and patents, or the company's certificates, and even a list of the company's competitors and what they compete on. It's well worth looking into. It's also well worth checking out the Ilus Discord, where there's tons of information about the company. This community literally knows the company inside out at this point. Check out this fantastic due diligence pack made by IGAL. This is shared in the Discord, and there is a link to this in the description of the video, so check that out below. Now, before I look at the financials, if you've watched this far into the video and you enjoy my Ilus related content and want me to keep on creating regular updates, then can I ask you to smash the like button? By liking the video and dropping a comment, you're letting me know that you want to see more of this type of content. And I will also be doing an update video this weekend about Mullen Automotive, ticker symbol MULN. Mullen stock is one of the hottest stocks in the world right now. But there is a lot of so-called facts being spread on social media about Mullen Automotive, so I will ask the question, is Mullen stock worth buying? Hopefully I will take a look at ABML stock later this weekend too, after American battery technology company stock rose over 30% this week. I will ask the question, is ABML stock worth buying right now? If either of these stocks, MULN or ABML, is of interest to you, then subscribe to the channel and follow me on Twitter too. All links in the description below. So looking at the balance sheet, first of all, we can see that Ilus has total current assets of 35.5 million and total assets overall of 55.3. This is an increase of about 75% in just 6 months, but liabilities have also risen from 13.5 up to 34.5, which gives Ilus a shareholder equity of $20.7 million. Now let's be honest, this is an OTC pink sheet stock. All things considered, this is a strong balance sheet for an OTC company. Equity might only be 20 million, but this is a profitable company as we'll see in a moment, and the market cap of only 100 million. Achieving this level of growth while remaining profitable is a big achievement. And we can see that here looking at the statement of operations. We can see that they have achieved revenue for the quarter of 19.6 million, a gross profit of 5.8 and a net profit of 1.1 million. But this is where one of the major issues is right now, and this is something that is holding the stock back in my opinion. Despite revenue growth of over 500% from 2.8 up to $19.6 million, Ilus have only managed to increase their overall profit by less than 600,000, which is extremely disappointing when you analyze the numbers. The net profit margin was about 20% back in 2021, however now in 2022 it is only 5.7. This is a huge drop, but I am not worried about this yet, and I will explain this in a moment. The gross profit ratio was around 35% in 2021, but has fallen to 30% in 2022. So first of all, the gross profit margin is fine. It's not a big drop, and with time, the synergies between the Ilus family of companies should help to improve this margin. So I think a little initial gross profit margin drop is normal after a 500% revenue increase. The net profit is the problem, but I think that this problem is temporary. Ilus have incurred several one-off costs over the past few months, several acquisitions that they are working on right now, the spin-off of VRT, the acquisition of Quality Industrial, the cost of becoming fully reporting, uplisting costs, audit costs, the list goes on. Everything that Ilus have been doing recently costs a lot of money, but these are not recurring costs, and that is very important to remember. At the moment, the net profit margin is only about 5.7%, but if they can get this back to last year's near 20%, then that would be about 4 million net profit in one quarter. Over a 12-month period, that would amount to 16 million. 16 million net profit for an OTC company with a $100 million market cap is unheard of. If Ilus continue to grow revenue like they have been doing, then within a very short amount of time, low market cap becomes unrealistic. But profit and revenue growth is not the only thing that affects a company's share price. The float and the overall share structure have a very big impact. And Ilus International's outstanding shares is currently 1.3 billion, which is not too high for an OTC company, but it's way too high to ever uplist onto one of the major two exchanges organically. And I say organically for a reason. Now I know Ilus is uplisting to the OTCQB, but the ultimate goal in the near future is to uplist to Nasdaq, and management have said several times that they will not do a reverse split to do this. I say that again, they have stated over and over that they will not do a reverse split. And one of the ways that they plan to achieve this is to offer Ilus shareholders the opportunity to lock up shares in a preference category, which will provide a range of benefits to those shareholders. Now this is something that I could make an entire video about, And we also have the upcoming shareholders meeting and a bunch of new acquisitions that will form part of Ilus' plan to build generational wealth. Given the fact that the share lockup is both a huge opportunity for shareholders who want to do this, but it also brings risks that shareholders would not have with normal common stock. Anyways, if you would like to see a video about that and what I think of this proposal, then drop a comment below and show your support for the channel. Remember that I'm not a financial advisor and this is not financial advice, but come over and check out the rest of my channel and follow me on Twitter too. Have a good weekend and see you in the next update video.